What's up, guys? I'm back. So I was journaling earlier. So then, I had sometimes we all get these doubts in everything. Whatever you're doing, you'll get doubts. Like if you're working towards your studies, you have a side hustle, whatever, you get doubts in that. Like because when it gets hard, when you get doubts, that's when you know it's hard. When you start pushing yourself, your brain will be like, okay, but is this really worth it? When you get those thoughts, that's when you know you're actually pushing yourself because your brain's like, let's do something else than doing this. So that's when you need to continue that part and ignore the doubts. You get it? You need to ignore the doubts. So yesterday I was having doubts about self improvement and is it worth it at the end? I can just be a normal Jeffrey and play video games all day, vibe with my friends, or why should I isolate myself? Try finding a better friend group who are also into self improvement activities, going to the gym, meditating, journaling, blah blah blah. So why can't I just be around my friends in my school all and play video games and vibe and do whatever normal kids at my age do? I'm 15 by the way. I'm 15, right? So then I can I have 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, then 20s to 30s. Like 20s to 20, 30s, I can really work hard, I get successful. Why should I start writing now itself, if you know what I mean? Sometimes you get a thought and I just want to document it, what am I thinking right now? Yesterday I should have recorded and told how I'm feeling all, but that time I didn't, so I'm sorry. But so I'm just thinking about it. Sometimes you get I'm thinking I go to gym every day, wake up at 5, 4 actually, but 5, and go for a run, come back, go, go to school, study, do all the school stuff, and then come back, work out, journal, all those stuff. Also, it's not like I'm forcing myself to do. People think bro, you go to the gym twice, you journal, you meditate, all this. Do you really enjoy it? And why are you grinding so hard? Actually, because I actually enjoy grinding now because the sense of superiority to your peers and partners when you are the one who's grinding and you're above the rest. I am saying I'm above the rest because you guys some of you guys don't journal, meditate, anything. So I do feel superior to you. I'm sorry, but step back. So when I'm working on myself, I actually enjoy because see, this is so true. Everybody, if you don't have a direction in life, you're miserable. Literally, people who have no goal in life and have no direction, they're miserable. Like me, 2 years back, I had no idea what I wanted to do in life. I never really wanted to pursue studies, nor that's it. I didn't want to do anything. At the student's age, the main pursuit is studies, right? So then that time I wasn't even interested in studies. So then I was like, what do I want to do in life? And I was miserable, absolutely miserable. Until I discovered self-improvement and fitness all. Now that gave me a what's it, direction to go in life. Okay, I'm going to use the male advantage later in my life. I need to put in the work for that, like that. So like that I started putting in the work because of that I got a direction in life. So if you don't have a direction, you're miserable. So find a direction. That's what I'm going to tell. One thing I'm going to tell is you need to have a direction. Otherwise, you can't just drift around. Like Arnold said, you can have the best ship, the best boat, whatever. But if you don't have a direction, if you don't have a destination, a goal, it's just going to drift around in the sea and not make it reach its destination. So like that, you need to have a goal and a vision. For me, what it is, I'm not gonna tell you guys because it's just gonna be I don't know. I find it cringe telling about it. It's not like the traditional 9 to 5 work and do your other stuff and then 9 to 5 because I see my parents, guardian figures all do that, relatives do that, people I know do that, and they are all miserable. They are okay, bro. Next 5 years, my salary is going to increase 5% or something like that, and it's just 5 years you're gonna just work under somebody else and then for 5% increase benefits or whatever. Just like not a life. I want to say it. Like probably I'm gonna go the route of business or something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, because like working under somebody never really like enticed me, and yeah, I don't know what I'm ranting about today, but just generally just uploading a video for the sake of uploading a video. But what was the topic that I wanted to talk about? I forgot. Oh God. Yeah. Sorry. So I was talking about doubts you get as a teen. What do you do if you are a teen and like around my age, 15, 14, 16, and you had the option to play video games and what would your friends be, the normal boys, or join one of us, join a community of self-improvement and, do whatever we do. If it was me, I would still continue this route of self-improvement because I find like, see, when you play video games, you're in while playing it, you have a like high amount of stimulation. But then after you play it, all like your baseline of stimulation goes down. Meaning, in a day, imagine you only have like this much dopamine, like from the start to the end of the day. So, when you play video games, at this point, the amount of dopamine increases, but you still have only this set amount of dopamine. So, if it increases here, the set amount also like it needs to like some dopamine from here and here should come here to for like that quick burst of dopamine. If you get what I'm saying. So, and if you do immediately pleasurable things, your like set amount of dopamine throughout the day will go down for this one moment or like pleasure. Like if you jack off, or this is why we say get on no fab, don't play video games, so because you immediately you get like this much dopamine and then it will drop again. But actually, if you are starting off with this much dopamine and then you do whatever you do and then it goes up, it won't come back to this level. It go a little more down, lower than this. And like the earlier video said, dopamine is not the thing that gives you pleasure. It also gives you another thing. It gives you motivation to do something. So if you have a lower set amount like baseline of dopamine, you'll have less motivation. That's another thing that you need to remember. If you have less dopamine, like this is called baseline dopamine. When you're doing nothing and your amount of dopamine you have is your baseline dopamine. If that's lower, you'll have less motivation. So that's another thing you need to keep in mind. So like in self-improvement oil, we don't do these pleasurable things to increase our baseline of dopamine. So we can like put that extra amount of like motivation into whatever you want to do, like a business, a side hustle, whatever. So that's the point of like this is called a dopamine detox, and you need to look into this by yourself. I'm not like that big of an expert in this, so yeah. So like your main goal is to increase your baseline of dopamine. So yeah, it for me by doing that actually my baseline increase by that like when I'm doing nothing just vibing with you guys I'm actually in a pretty good state of mind. But for example, before like 2 years back, I used to play video games and jack off, video games, jack off like that. It's dirty then. So so then my baseline of dopamine was like so low, it was absolutely miserable. I couldn't sit by myself and do nothing because I started getting these negative thoughts telling I'm a loser and I should just go kill myself. Yeah, it is pretty dark, but that's the thing. That's called having bad mental health, and almost everybody has bad mental health. Still, I'll probably have bad mental health, but that's the point. Another thing in self-improvement is like focus on fixing your mental health. This is just the advertisement for self-improvement. Why you should get into self-improvement. So yeah, that's another thing. Three topics I talked about today. I couldn't keep myself together for this video. So it is what it is. Some videos just turn out like this. So yeah, first thing as a teen, it's kind of hard, but you still don't. Okay, baby. For the first topic, I didn't really like. What is it? Tell you the answer. So as a teen, why do you want to start this early to get ahead of everybody? By the age of 20, I might be ahead of all the other kids who are 20 but didn't do anything about with their life. So that's why I'm doing self improvement when I'm 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25 years I have to. you know, get ahead of everybody. So that's why you need to start early. Start as early as you can. Don't waste your time. Peace.